It's here, guys. Derma Cleaner is finally here. The first Labocosmetica product dedicated to the care of your car's leather interiors. Excellent. An easy-to-use, safe, high-performance product, Labo style. We'll see it in action with our master detailer, Fabio D'Avegna, who will explain to us the technical characteristics of this product, how it is applied, and the common mistakes that are normally made when cleaning a leather seat. Then we'll also take a look at an instructional video for those taking their first steps into the world of detailing. Follow us. Let's go see it in action. Before seeing Derma in action, here is a very simple question. Are all leather seats the same?
No, they are all the same. There are 3 types of leather and surfaces. Let's start from sky, or imitation leather, also known as synthetic leather. We can recognize it because it has this fabric base as a fabric backing on which a polyurethane mold is made that is given a leather texture.
This makes it look real.
Of course, here we have natural leather. By turning the flap, in fact, we can see the real natural leather in its rawhide state.
You're right, it shows.
In fact, we can see the difference between the imitation leather, or sky, the synthetic leather with this white backing, and natural leather, real rawhide leather.
This is quote-unquote the most resistant of all types of leathers. And then we have this one.
Here is the last one, which is full grain leather. This is a type of leather found on high-end cars in a much more expensive range. Here you can see that the underlying part looks the same as in natural leather, meaning rawhide leather, however, with a much softer finish.
This is also the most delicate.
Of course, it is delicate because in any case it is made with a different processing compared to the natural pigmented one.
Very soft. We find this not only found in super luxury cars, but also when a collector renovates the interior of their car. Usually they aim to have the best. Thus, we usually find this type of full grain leather in historic cars.
Of course.
Fabio, this seat was not chosen by chance.
This seat has been chosen because it has 2 different types of surfaces. We have an imitation or synthetic leather and a natural leather.
Here at the edge it seems to be synthetic, but it's very soft here. Look, I can crush it with my hands.
Yes, basically synthetic leather or imitation leather is much more elastic compared to natural leather that is much stiffer and less elastic than synthetic leather.
It is so stiff that it even starts to tear. I already see signs showing that if nothing is done, seems like the leather will tear. It looks like the leather is about to tear right here. What is happening?
Yes, in this case, unfortunately, we have a natural leather backing for which dehydration is already underway. In fact, it seems to have hardened to the touch. Unfortunately, this is because over time, it has not been properly maintained.
So it's important to have the right maintenance for leather seats.
Of course. That is because we should always have a clean seat. And we must always provide the right amount of moisture to always have the right suppleness and avoid dehydration, and then the resulting wear and tear of the synthetic or natural leather.
Just like in the human body. Why is hydration so important?
Hydration is important because the hydration and the passage of moisture preserves the suppleness and the softness of the leather.
Therefore, hydration is the key word in cleaning leather.
Yes, it is the key word.
Hydration is the key word for a good cleanser. It's normal for a leather cleaner to clean the leather well, but it's less obvious that it can keep it moisturized. This is the goal that has been given to our research and development laboratory, a good cleanser that leaves leather well hydrated. This is achieved through the new blocks of natural surfactants of vegetable origin and a balanced pH. Not a pH of 7 because we would have major problems cleaning dirt, as seen in this case, and not a pH of 11 or 12 because we would have major problems with dehydration. We have chosen a pH of 9, precisely because, in my opinion, it has the right balance between effective, safe, and hydrated cleaning, keeping the use of this tool called Melamine to a minimum. This is a kind of micro-abrasive sponge that helps detailers or car enthusiasts get out of certain burdensome situations when the leather has absorbed dirt for so long that you cannot clean it with a normal product. You do not want to go with a pH of 13 or 14 because it would be too aggressive on the leather. but we go with an abrasive cleanser with this Melamine sponge. This is one of the characteristics of Derma, that is, to try to avoid as much as possible the use of this very powerful tool. Now with Fabio, we'll test it on this seat. We'll take a look at the best technique to use to apply Derma, and we'll see how to properly use this powerful tool. In special cases. Is this seat very dirty? Look how dirty it is. Look at this piece closer to the knees. I also see some very shiny leather. But is it normal for the skin to be so shiny? Does it mean that it is clean?
No, certainly not. Shiny leather is a sign of dirty leather. Clean leather will have a matte finish. So let's debunk this myth. Shiny leather is dirty leather. Leather with a matte finish is clean leather.
Very well, let's see it in action. Come on.
Here we have these 4 tools that will help us in using Derma Cleaner. Let's start with our soft bristle brush to spread the product evenly on the surface. Then we have a soft bristle brush for cleaning. After that, we have another medium hard bristle brush to clean in case of more stubborn stains. And then, for the most difficult dirt, we rely on the Melamine sponge. As Marco said, we will use this tool only in case of very stubborn stains.
How is Derma applied and how is Derma diluted?
So we will use Derma for the first cleaning on stubborn dirt, and we will use it in its pure state, while for maintenance cleaning, we will use it 1-to-1.
Why do we need brushes and not just a regular microfiber cloth?
Because the bristles of the brush will work to remove dirt in depth. It will remove all the dirt present in the micropores of the surface.
Doesn't the cloth work?
No, the cloth doesn't work as well. Unfortunately, it stays on the surface and therefore cannot go inside the microcavities and cannot remove the dirt. So let's spray Derma Cleaner evenly on the surface. Now, with the use of a brush, we will distribute the product on the surface. As you can see, this foam that the product produces allows to delay the detergent from drying and to lubricate during work.
It also looks great.
We are now moving on to the actual cleaning stage with a medium hard bristle brush. We are going to use some product.
So the first stage, when the brush is used, serves not only to spread the product, but also acts as a pre-treatment?
Yes.
I believe that the leather, this leather right here, dries first, as if it's absorbing the product, as if it's parched.
Unfortunately, yes. This leather is very dehydrated, natural leather. In fact, spraying the product, we can see that it dries very, very quickly.
I see that unlike other products, this is not sticky.
Yes, in fact, even without using a damp cloth to remove the excess, it is a product that leaves a non-sticky finish, a perfectly smooth and clean finish.
Do you recommend using a damp cloth or not?
I recommend the use of a wet cloth because I am going to rinse the surface. I am going to eliminate all the residue of the product potentially left behind.
Despite being a good foaming agent, our product Derma left no residue.
Exactly. Even if you do not use a damp cloth, it is perfectly smooth and not sticky.
Well, it seems to me that something has changed here. Let's look a little closer. Okay, this is normal. But the thing that is amazing is that now I understand why this part was absorbing so much product. I can see that it is already very soft. Beyond the finish that, as you said, is much more opaque, and thus we know that it's much cleaner. But it also seems
rehydrated. Yes, rehydrated, and it gave it.
That is why it's important to wash seats often, because at this stage it's like hydrating the leather. It's not just about the softening surfactants within the product, but it is indeed the water.
The moisture.
The moisture that really worked well. Look over here. See? It's amazing. Look. It looks like a different seat. Look, take a look. Look. Wash and moisturize. That's the important thing, not just cleaning. Moisturize. Keep your leather seats soft by avoiding this. Look over here. See what was happening? Look over here. See what was happening? What was going to happen here? Here, it was tearing. That is why, during the cleaning stage, I saw that the product was absorbed like it was a parched soil absorbing the derma. Now I understand. It's great. It's great. Well, Fabio, while we are still on the subject of intensive cleaning, let's take a look at this powerful tool, this clay bar for leather or for plastic. It is a melamine sponge that gets its cleaning capacity through microabrasion. I'd like you to tell me how to figure out when this tool should be used, why it should be used, and what are the dangers of using it. It is not a tool to be used lightly.
No, absolutely not. This should only be used after cleaning with a medium hard bristle brush, when the dirt cannot be removed.
This is not the case, because we have seen that we managed to remove it safely. Of course, this is just a test to allow everyone to understand the correct use of this product. Let's say it's a product to be used with caution, to be used only in extreme cases. Above all, I see that this product is particularly used on white steering wheels. Now, there is the 500, our Fiat 500, made in Italy, which has this type steering wheel in white leather. And the steering wheel is the dirtiest part of the car's interior.
The part that gets the most wear and tear.
And also with the most wear and tear. So sometimes the cleanser cannot clean it, and you are forced to use this powerful tool on worn, sensitive leather, and you risk scraping it.
Exactly.
Help us understand how to use it, and if it is strictly necessary to use it.
This is a product that should be used only and exclusively after cleaning with a medium hard bristle brush that did not manage to remove some types of dirt. I will then get my Derma Cleaner product and a melamine sponge.
Pure or diluted in this case?
In this case, I'm going to use it pure, undiluted. I will thus be making the most of the cleansing power of the product and the abrasive power of the melamine sponge.
I will stress once again that this is not a difficult case.
It is just a demo to see how to clean with a melamine sponge.
How can you tell if it is a good melamine sponge for cleaning the leather? More importantly, it must be soft. See? There are melamine sponges that you cannot squeeze. They break up, fall apart. This should be the right elasticity. The elasticity is equivalent to the average degree of abrasion. If it's too hard, it breaks. It means that it is too abrasive and therefore not good for the leather. So if you have to choose a melamine sponge, choose a soft one, right?
Of course. Then we will also spray our derma on the melamine sponge to ensure proper lubrication.
Here we see our Wendy sponge in action.
We will start to make linear and non-circular movements to keep abrasion to a minimum.
With this type of strength, are you putting any pressure?
No, I am just letting it slide.
So you should not rub?
No, absolutely not. Because as we have said before, it is very abrasive, as a sponge, and we could run the risk of removing the clear coat and fixative layer on the surface.
I imagine with the very hard ones. On the other hand, this is the soft melamine sponge. We can see that there is no difference in the finish. Both are perfectly opaque. Both pure derma used with the brush. and the one used with the melamine sponge. This was just one of the cases in which there was no need to use the melamine sponge, because we saw the cleaning effectiveness of Derma, which has excellent cleaning power. We have also seen the ability to moisturize. Now let's also take a look at the maintenance cleaning.
Of course.
We have seen that it is very important to keep the leather moisturized. How is it applied? Look at the headrest of the seat. It looks very greasy. It must have a passenger?
Yes, of course.
This is from hair products used by women, our wives, girlfriends, which then leave these residues. It's really greasy. Let's get to cleaning this headrest. Can you do it?
We will use our Derma cleaner diluted 1:1, and then some microfiber cloths.
Shall we do 50-50?
Yes. Now let's spray our Derma cleaner diluted 1:1 on a microfiber cloth and spray our product directly onto the surface.
In this case, do you directly spray on the cloth because it is a limited area?
I spray directly on the cloth because it is a limited area, so that I can avoid getting everything dirty.
Perhaps end up getting the windows dirty here, right?
Of course. Now let's finish the clean part with a dry microfiber cloth.
You always recommend 2 cloths, right?
Yes, one to clean, the other to remove the excess and finish.
Not bad.
Of course, for maintenance cleaning, we managed to remove the dirt on the headrest, and the husband is happy.
Well, we have come to the end. We have seen Derma's cleaning ability on a really dirty seat, how important and essential moisturizing is during the cleaning stage. Thanks to the ability of Derma's softening agents, we have seen what tools are needed for intensive cleaning and those for extraordinary cleaning, how to use a melamine sponge safely, and recommendations for the use of this powerful tool. We have also looked at maintenance cleaning, how it should be done. We've also seen its cleaning capacity and power with Derma diluted 1:1 for the maintenance cleaning stage. So at this point, all that is left is to say goodbye and wait for the new Derma sealant, which is the sealant that will be launched here within a few months. See you at the next episode. Marco
And Fabio.
See you next time.
Hi, guys.
Who will tell his wife now?